Hello students, in today's class we are going to start our next new chapter, arithmetic progression, which is going to be very easy and interesting actually. This is related to our everyday life. Actually you might have seen many patterns in our day-to-day life, right? For example, if you take the arrangement of petals in a flower, the arrangement of staircase in our home, and if you deposit some amount in a bank, the way they credit the interest for that particular amount, everything follows some pattern, right? So all such patterns have its own way, right? So arithmetic progression, which sort of pattern we are going to call it as arithmetic progression here, in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number, adding fixed number to the preceding term, except for the first term is called a arithmetic progression. In short form, we are going to call it as AP. We are going to call it as AP. Now let us take one example. Say consider this sequence 45, 43, 41, 39, 37, etc. If you consider this, see what is the difference, what sort of pattern can you infer from here? There is a difference of 2, right? 45 minus 2 will give you 43, 43 minus 2 will give you 41, 41 minus 2 will give you 39, 39 minus 2 will give you 37. Therefore, it follows certain pattern. And what sort of pattern it is? If you add a fixed number to the preceding term, we are getting the next term, right? That fixed number can be positive, negative, or even it can be 0. For example, if I add with 43, if I add 2, I am getting 45. If I add 2 with 41, I am getting 43. If I add 39 with 2, I am getting 41. So there is a common difference between each term of this sequence. So such kind of sequence we will call it as AP. AP means what? Arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression, right? So such kind of any pattern which is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term, we will call it as AP. There should be some common difference between every term of the sequence, right? And we will denote the first term by A, common difference by D, last term by L, and nth term by Tn or An. And AP can be finite or infinite. If it is going to be finite, we will have a last term. If it is going to be infinite, we won't have the last term. And in general form, how we can express the AP? General form of AP is first term is A. The second term, how can we obtain? By adding a common difference, right? What is the difference here? D. So if I add the D with the first term, I will get my second term, which is going to be A plus D. How will I obtain my third term? By adding one more D with this. By adding one more D with this, so it will become A plus 2D. Now if I add one more D with this, I will get my next term, which is going to be A plus 3D. Likewise it goes on. So here D is my common difference, right? Here what is my common difference? Second term minus the first term. So it is going to be minus 2. So if I keep on add minus 2 is going to be my common difference here. If I going to add keep on minus 2, I will get my next term, right? Hope you understood now what is meant by AP, right? Let us solve directly exercise 5.1. So first question is, in which of the following situations does the list of numbers involved make an arithmetic progression and why? So they have given you few situations and they asked you to check which question is actually an arithmetic progression. So which sort of series we will call it as a AP when it follows a common difference. So what are we going to do with these problems now? We are going to list out the values which are we going to obtain with the stated situation. Then we are going to check whether do they have a common difference. If they have a common difference, we will call it as an AP. If they don't follow a common difference, then it is not an AP, right? So let us see the first question. The taxi fare after each kilometer when the fare is rupees 15 for the first kilometer and rupees 8 for each additional kilometer. So we have seen this question already in the previous chapters, right? So for the first kilometer it is going to be 15, and for the subsequent kilometers they are going to add rupees 8 as an additional charge, right? So let us see how the charge is going to increase if we increase every kilometer. So let us solve the problem in this way. Fare for the first kilometer it is given as rupees 15, and for each additional kilometer it is going to be rupees 8. So it goes like this. The fare for the first kilometer is going to be 15. For the second kilometer it is going to be 15 plus 8. For the next kilometer it is going to be 15 plus 8 plus 8. And for the next kilometer it is going to be 15 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, right? This charge plus 8, likewise it will increase, right? Now this is nothing but 15. What is 15 plus 8? 23. Then 23 plus 8, which is nothing but 31. Then this is 31 plus 8, which is 39. Likewise it goes on. Now from this itself we can analyze there is a common difference, right? What is 23 minus 15? 8. 31 minus 23? 8. 39 minus 31? 8. Therefore, since this series involves a common difference, it is an AP. It is an AP, right? Hope you understood. Convert the given situation in terms of numbers and check whether do they follow a common difference. If they follow a common difference, it is called an AP, right? Now let us see the next question now. Now let us see the second subdivision. The amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. Yes, the amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder. So how we can frame this situation into a mathematical series? See, suppose initially the volume is going to be, if we take the volume of air going to be V, then initially it is going to be the full air. Next, from the full air it is going to remove 1/4, right? From the initial volume they are going to remove 1/4 of the volume, right? Which is nothing but, take LCM, this is going to be 4V minus V, which is 3V by 4, right? So for the first time it is going to be the full air. The second time it is going to be 3V by 4, 3/4 of the volume of the air. Then the next time it is given 1/4 of the air is removed from the actually existing, right? So from 3V by 4, how much is removed? 1/4 of 3V by 4. Hope you understood. 1/4 of the actual existing air is removed. From what? Actually existing. I repeat, 1/4 of the actually existing air is removed. Initially this is what the status. From this, 1/4 of the actually existing air is removed. So this is equal to 3V by 4 minus, if you multiply it will become 3V divided by 4 4s are 16. If you take LCM you have to multiply it by 4. So 4 3s are 12V minus 3V. 12 minus 3 is 9V by 16, right? Then next what will happen? From 9V by 16, 1/4 of 9V by 16 will be removed. Likewise it goes on, right? So this is what the series we obtained right now. V, 3V by 4, 9V by 16, etc. Now let us check whether it is an AP or not. So for the series to be an AP, it should follow a common difference. So subtract the second term minus the first term. What is 3V by 4 minus V? Take LCM. So it is going to be 3v minus 4v, it is going to be minus v by 4. Let us check what happens. So the difference between these two is minus v by 4. Let us check what is the difference between these two. 9v by 4 minus 3v by 4, which is equal to, it's a common difference. So 9v minus 3v is 6v by 4. So the difference here is 6v by 4. So it is very clear, it does not follow a common difference. You can write since the series does not follow a common difference, it is not an AP. It is not an AP, right? Likewise, you can check whether the given situation is an AP or not by expressing the situation mathematically, right? Let us see the next two questions. The cost of digging a well after every meter of digging, when it costs rupees 150 for the first meter and rises by rupees 50 for each subsequent meter. On looking at the question itself, we can judge. This is like the first subdivision. For every subsequent meter, they are increasing 50 rupees. So obviously there will be common difference, therefore it is an AP only. If you see the next question, the amount of money in the account every year when rupees 10,000 is deposited at compound interest at 8% per annum. The amount of money in the account and it is compound interest. What is the formula for compound interest? Amount. A is equals to P into 1 plus R by 100 the whole power n. What is the formula to find the amount in compound interest? Amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 the whole power n. So for the first year n should be replaced by 1 and for the second year n should be replaced by 2, right? So likewise you find for at least 3 years and check the common difference. Check the common difference. If they have a common difference, then it will be an AP. If they do not have a common difference, then it is not an AP. Actually compound interest won't follow a common difference because every time the amount will be considered as the principal for the next year, right? So it won't follow a common difference. So I am leaving third and fourth subdivision to you. You should do it as homework. Now let us see the next question. Write first 4 terms of an AP when the first term A and the common difference D are given as follows. So how can we write the first 4 terms? I told in the introduction itself, if we take the first term as A, second term is going to be A plus D, third term is going to be A plus 2D and fourth term is going to be A plus 3D. Likewise we can increase. Yes, let us see how we can solve this. So the first 4 terms of an AP, how you can write? The first 4 terms of an AP are A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D. These are the 4 terms. Just substitute here. So it is going to be, first term is also 10, common difference is also 10. So 10, 10 plus 10, 10 plus 2 into 10, 10 plus 3 into 10. So which is nothing but 10, 20, 10 plus 20 and this is 10 plus 30, which is nothing but 10, 20, 30 and 40. Therefore the first 4 terms of an AP are 10, 20, 30 and 40. The AP goes like this and the first 4 terms, right? Likewise let us do one more problem in this 4th subdivision. A equal to minus 1, D equal to 1 by 2. How will you solve this? The same way, the first 4 terms of an AP are A plus D, A plus 2D and A plus 3D. So A is minus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 by 2, minus 1 plus 2 into 1 by 2, minus 1 plus 3 into 1 by 2, right, which is equal to minus 1. Take LCM, which is 2 minus 2 plus 1, and 2 you can cancel it. So minus 1 plus 1 will become 0, and this is minus 1 plus 3 by 2. So this is minus 1 comma minus 1 by 2, 0, and if you take LCM, this will become minus 2 plus 3, which is nothing but 1 by 2. So the first 4 terms are minus 1 by 2, 0, 1 by 2. Yes, hope you understood, and this is very easy. Even they have given you what is A, what is D. You have to just substitute in the first 4 terms. That's it, right? Hope you can do the remaining problems by your own. Let us solve the next question. For the following APs, it is given clearly the following are AP, right? The following APs, write the first term and the common difference. What is our first term? A equal to 3, right? Now how will you find your common difference? D is T2 minus T1, second term minus first term, or third term minus second term, fourth term minus third term. All are going to be same only. So it is enough if you choose any 2 number and find the difference. So I am going to take the first 2 number, second term minus the first term. So 1 minus 3, which is equal to minus 2. Therefore first term is 3 and common difference is minus 2, right? Now how will you solve this? The same way only. The first term is going to be minus 5. Common difference is going to be second term minus the first term. When you are subtracting, be careful because negative terms are there, and if you are not sure about your if you are not sure about the signs, take the last 2 terms also, because the common difference is going to be same, and since they have given it is an AP in the question. So if you are going to choose the first 2 terms, be careful. Minus 1, I am going to subtract the first term. First term is minus 5. So minus 1, minus into minus, it will become plus 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. So the common difference is 4 here, and the first term is minus 5, right? Now our next question is, which of the following are APs? If they form an AP, find the common difference and write 3 more terms. So they have given you few series and they asked you to check which of them are AP. How will you check? Only when they follow a common difference, they will form an AP. So what are we going to do now? We are going to find the difference of each and every term, and if all of them are same, then we will say it forms an AP. If there is some difference, then they does not form an AP, right? If they form an AP, they also ask to find the next 3 terms. Now let us start with the first subdivision. What is your question? 2, 4, 8 and 16, right? And it goes on. Now what is your A? First term is 2. First term you can name it as A1. A2 is 4. A3 is 8. A4 is 16, right? Now let us find the common difference between these two. A2 minus A1. What is A2 minus A1? 4 minus 2, which is 2. A3 minus A2, 8 minus 4, which is 4. Then A4 minus A3, which is equal to 16 minus 8, which is 8. And if you see, they are not equal. They do not have a common difference. A2 here, A2 minus A1 is not equal to A3 minus A2, which is not equal to A4 minus A3. Therefore, the given series, it is not an AP. It is not an AP. Only if it is an AP, they asked you to find the next 3 terms. It is not an AP, so you can conclude the problem here. Now let us solve one more problem. Now let us see how we can solve the next problem. Here A1, the first term is 3. A2 is 3 plus root 2. A3 is 3 plus 2 root 2. A4 is 3 plus 3 root 2. Right? Now as usual we will find the difference between first two terms, A2 minus A1, which is 3 plus root 2 minus 3. So plus 3 minus 3 will get cancelled, so it is root 2. Now let us find what is third term minus second term, A3 minus A2. So 3 plus 2 root 2 minus of, be careful, we have two terms, so write within the brackets. So which is equal to plus 3 minus 3 again will get cancelled. 2 root 2 minus root 2. Since both are of root 2 terms, we can subtract. Root 2 means it is 1 root 2, right? So 2 minus 1 is 1. So it is going to be 1 root 2. Similarly, now let us find what is A4 minus A3. Next is A4 minus A3, which is 3 plus root 2 minus of 3 plus 2 root 2. Again plus 3 and minus 3 will get cancelled. 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2, which is nothing but root 2. So if you see, all have the common difference. A2 minus Y1 is same as A3 minus A2, which is same as A4 minus A3. All are equal to root 2. Since they follow a common difference, it is an AP. It is an AP. If it is an AP, they asked you to find the next three terms. So how will you find your next three terms? A5 is going to be A4 plus D. Then what is going to be your A6? Next term is going to be A5 plus D. A7 is going to be A6 plus D, right? Now what is your A4? A4 is 3 plus 3 root 2, and your common difference just now we found it as root 2. So which is going to be 3 plus, since both are going to be root 2, we can add 3 root 2 plus root 2 is going to be 4 root 2, right? Now A6 is A5 plus D. What is your A5? A5 is 3 plus 4 root 2 plus root 2, which is equal to 3 plus 5 root 2. Again we can add these two. A7 is A6 plus D. So 3 plus 5 root 2 plus root 2, which is equal to 3 plus 6 root 2. So they asked you to find the next three terms. So thus we found the next three terms. Hope you understood. Yes. Let us solve this problem now. Here A1 is root 2, A2 is root 8, A3 is root 18, A4 is root 32, right? Now first we need to find what is A2 minus A1. Root 8 minus root 2. Don't get confused. Root 8 can be written as 2 cube, right? Or else 2 into 2 into 2 minus root 2. So for a pair we can take 1 2 out. So this is nothing but 2 root 2 minus root 2. Root 2 means it is nothing but 1 root 2. So 2 minus 1 is going to be 1. So this is 1 root 2. 1 root 2 is nothing but root 2. So A2 minus A1, we got it as root 2. Now let us find what is going to be A3 minus A2. A3 minus A2, which is equal to root 18 minus root 8. Now 18 can be written as 3 6 are 18, then 3 2s are 6. So 18 can be written as 3 into 3 into 2 inside the square root, and 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2. So this is nothing but 3 root 2, and 8 is nothing but 2 root 2. So 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2 is root 2. So again A3 minus A2 is also root 2, right? Now let us find what is A4 minus A3. What is A4? Root 32 minus root 18. Now let us find what is 32. 32 is, shall we start with 2? So 2 16s are, then 2 8s are, 2 4s are, then 2 2s are. So 32 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 5 times 2. 2 power 5 is 32, right? So already root 18 we solved it, which is 3 root 2. So from this, for a pair we can write 1 2 outside. So 2 into 2, it will become 4 root 2 minus 3 root 2, which is nothing but root 2 again. So we found all the difference are root 2. Therefore it is an AP. Here A2 minus A1 equal to A3 minus A2 equal to A4 minus A3, which is equal to root 2. All are equal, therefore it forms an AP. If it is an AP, they asked us to find the next 3 terms. So we had to find the next 3 terms now. Since they follow a common difference, it is an AP. Now let us find the next 3 terms. A5 is nothing but A4 plus D. A4 is root 32 plus root 2. Just now we found root 32 is nothing but 4 root 2. 4 root 2 plus root 2 is 5 root 2. Right? What is your A6? A6 is A5 plus D. A5 is 5 root 2 plus common difference is root 2. So which is nothing but 6 root 2. Right? Now what is your A7? A7 is A6 plus D, which is nothing but 6 root 2 plus root 2, which is nothing but 7 root 2. It is enough if you can leave as such, because till 4th term they have written inside the square root, right? So if you want, you can write inside also. 5, if you bring it to the square root, it will become 25, 5 square. So 25 into 2, 50, square root of 50. Likewise also you can write, or else you can leave as such. So we found the next 3 terms in the given AP, right? Hope you understood this, and let us solve one more problem. How will you solve this? On looking at the question, don't get panic, you just simplify and proceed with the regular steps, you will get the answer. Now here A1 is 1 square, which is nothing but 1. A2 is 3 square, which is nothing but 9. A3 is 5 square, which is nothing but 25. A4 is 7 square, which is nothing but 49. Now let us find what is A2 minus A1, which is 9 minus 1, 8. Then A3 minus A2, 25 minus 9, which is 16. Then A4 minus A3, which is 49 minus 25. What is 49 minus 25, which is 24. Now if you check the difference, A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, all are different. They do not follow a common difference. So here A2 minus A1 is not equal to A3 minus A2, which is not equal to A4 minus A3. Therefore it is not an AP. Right? So hope you understood what we learnt in today's class. In today's class we learnt what is meant by an AP, and we learnt the general form of an AP, and the remaining denotions. First term we will denote it as A, common difference we will denote it by D. General form of AP is A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, or else you can write it as A1, and the next term is going to be A1 plus D, next term is going to be A2 plus D, this is going to be your A2, and this is going to be your A3, right? So the next term is going to be A3 plus D, and this is going to be your A4. Likewise also you can write your general form, but when it comes to general form of an AP, we will use this notation only: A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, etc. And if it's going to be a finite AP, the last term we will denote it by L, and nth term as AN or TN, right? And we have solved a few problems, right? Hope you understood. With this, let us wind up today's class. Do these problems as homework and post it in the group, and if you have any doubts, contact me. Thank you, students.